So, Mark, a 1-0 win, tough conditions today, but you got the job done in the end and we're through to the final.
Yeah, I thought we were better side. I thought we had much more of the ball. We didn't do enough with it. It sort of restricted us to long range stuff in the first half, and we didn't think we penetrated enough, and we didn't hold the ball enough. I was critical of them though, because when you get on the pitch, as immaculate as it looks, it cut up really quickly, and it was actually really difficult to play in there. So credit to both sides for trying to do things the right way. But I think on balance, we deserve to win the game. The corners come from a set play, and sometimes tight games, the semi-finals are based on who makes the least mistakes and who's willing to work the harder. And I thought both sides, they left it all out there, and it wasn't a game full of quality, but in these conditions, there's a monsoon first half, wasn't there, and the ball started to stick on the ground, and it started to become really tough for both sides. But I can't credit us enough, because we've had a tough time. Let's not dress it up. We've had a tough couple of weeks. We've lost 3 games on the bounce, which is the first time we've been in that position whilst we've been at the club, and it's hurt us, and we've found it hard. Obviously, there's external factors, certainly not to do with the football club, but obviously there's external factors with me that have been going on that people are aware of, and any manager that tells you they don't feel a bit responsible when things are going wrong is lying. Any manager that tells you there's not an insecurity to it, and a lot of questions and a lot of doubt is lying, because that's what football does to football managers when you're not winning games. So I think to come through it, I think we needed it. I think I needed it personally. I think that's fair to say. I think we on a night like this, to do that in front of them supporters, and I must say our supporters were unbelievable tonight, unbelievable, and I know it gives them great pleasure, and I know I can see the passion that they've got, and sometimes I want to take some of that passion and transfer it into us and the players, and but the job was to come here and win a football match, and by hook or by crook, I said it in the week that I would take an own goal in the 95th minute if it meant that we were going to win a football match. So it came a little bit before that, but I thought we were value.
Passion and mentality has been outstanding this season, and that game just sums up what it's about. And to get to a cup final as well, I think that's more than enough from the season.
Well, what I would say is that it's going to mark a good season. It's not a brilliant season, because we set our stall out, and despite the fact that we're not, I sound like a broken record, and I don't want to say that we're not well resourced every week and we're bottom end budget and all that sort of stuff. I don't want to say that, because these lads have defied all that. But whatever happens from here, and we still think we're involved in the top end. We're not quite there yet, and we've got a lot of work to do now with the results. But looking at our running, I still fancy us to have a say in that and have a chance in that. It means we're going to have a showpiece game at the end of this season, which is nice for any club to have that. It's going to mark whatever happens from now. It's going to be a good season. Is good enough? No. Our standards are higher, and it's an outstanding season. What is an outstanding season is if we get in the playoffs and we win this cup final. Right now we're good. We need to get something better than that. But the fact that our supporters are going to get a day out at wherever the final's going to be, and I know they'll travel in the numbers, and I know they'll support us like they have done. I know the lads will chomp at the bit, and look forward to it. It'll be a tasty final, because us and Bamber Bridge, it's as much of a local derby I think as we get, and it'll be 2 teams that will probably have slightly contrasting ways of going about it, but it should lead to a good final. And if anything, like the Boxing Day, we don't want the Boxing Day result, but the Boxing Day game, in terms of the competitiveness of it, it will be a good one. So tonight's about the Lancaster Challenge Trophy. It's about getting through to the final. We've done that. We want to try and carry that momentum now, and hopefully that is the start of a piece of momentum to take us into Whitton on Saturday.
Obviously, you mentioned Whitton next Saturday. That's going to be a tough game. Your thoughts heading into that one, and what threat they pose? Well,
we know about them. We've played them twice this season, once in the trophy and once in the league. It's sort of mid-table, but them teams are dangerous. They really are, and I know Carl well. He's a very good manager in this league. He's one of the best managers in my view in this league. He knows how to set teams up, and he'll do his own work on us. So although we've used a couple of different shapes in the last week, I don't think we know what shape we're going to play on Saturday. But we've obviously got to do it without Nozza, because he goes back to his suspension now. It didn't count for tonight. So we need to bear that in mind, and there will have to be at least one enforced change. But there was lads that stood up and were counted tonight. I'd say that. Kaups at centre half. For the last 2 weeks, he's been unbelievable. And what a good footballer he is. We know that, and he's led the line. He's won all the horrible bits, all the first contacts. He's done all that, and what he does is he knows when to play into feet and knows when to play in behind, and you can't sometimes you can't buy that sort of quality and experience in your back line. And the other two more mentions I would say is that Sam Ashton's won us the game today because he makes a save second half from point blank range, and I know he's there to do that, and the goalkeeper, anti-goalkeeper brigade will say that's his job, but that's a top class save, that top class reaction save, and he's had a tough time as well, Sam, the last couple of weeks, but he's won us the game today with that. And the other one was Brad, because I thought Brad Carsley's given us the most energetic performance we've ever had out of Brad. Now my job is to make sure we get that every week, but I know he's quite, I mean, how good was he with the ball tonight? Everything we had stuck to him, he wedged it away for a first contact and brought others into play. You know, he got tired towards the end, but only because of the volume of work that he'd done. And I think we've carried a few, you know, in the last couple of games, and that's cost us. And I think tonight was one of them games where you could probably afford to carry a little bit of a lack of form or a bad decision here or there, because you had the Spiny team working so hard. Scoresy won every sort of second ball, and I can analyse it to death, and I think sometimes we overdo it with that. Tonight was just about pure hard work, grit, determination, take your chance and get yourself through.